As a matter, it's 10 o'clock and we're starting now. Okay.
Get someone to get the hook ready.
So, happy Easter from Lon and
Constance.
now.
He drugged me in from the kitchen.
I've just returned from a walk to the coffee shop. Okay. Here's my proof. Okay. And we live right next door to an Episcopal Lutheran, whatever that means, church, and they got all sorts of stuff happening today, breakfasts and things. But just down the street, on my way home, a woman was getting into her car, and she was all dressed up with an Easter hat and a sort of a long special festive dress on. And as she was getting in the car, and as I was passing by, she said, "Happy Resurrection Day," you know. And of course I said, "Ditto, lady." You know. No, I said, "Same to you," you know. But it got me thinking that Resurrection Day, it used to be Easter, used to be the big thing. But just in the last 50 years, for us, that's nothing. Just in the last 50 years, Easter, they've been getting away from the name Easter because it's such a pagan. It's such a pagan thing, and we don't want to be associated with that. So they stress this Resurrection Day. Excuse me. That got me thinking. Okay. As Christianity was getting started, it was not very popular at first because you had to die before anything happens. That's fun. And you had to feel bad about yourself before.
Well, this is all after the Nicene Creed. Before that, I think it was.
After the Nicene Creed and stuff like that, you had to hate yourself, and you had to feel like you were dirty, and then you weren't sure whether you're going to heaven or not, because whether you had this grace thing, and it was not a very popular religion. Hey, come on, quit being the religion you're at. Be this new religion. Believe us, it'll be great when you're dead, and until then, hate yourself.
And
well, go ahead.
And give unto Rome what is due unto Rome.
And give unto Rome what's Rome's. Okay. Anyway, they had to make it attractive to all sorts of other cults, which were happily living all over that region. The rites of Mithra and the developments from the Egyptian rites of Isis, which there was like mystery religions of Attis and Orpheus and Dionysus. As a matter of fact, in order to get Christianity going in certain regions, they had to make all the people that were just incredibly happy with their Dionysian worship think that Jesus was Dionysus.
So the life story is pretty much exactly the same, with the names changed.
Not only that, but the Last Supper, where you eat his body in the same way as the Dionysian revelers turned absolutely everything in the universe into the body of Dionysus and ate it. Literally the flesh and blood in certain of the orgiastic rituals. So, Constance and I are going to take sections from Crowley's Rite of Jupiter, where Dionysus is invoked by the reveling Maenads in their ecstatic invocations of Dionysus. And
what happens tonight? You have to tell what happens to him, what they do and what happens.
Well,
quickly.
The Dionysus gets himself eaten. Okay, through love. They love him so much. He
They get inspired by wine and other things, and by chanting, and by just life.
dancing. Yeah.
Dancing, and it's very devotional. It sounds like it's a wild, bloody, cruel, insane, dirty, icky thing, but they hunt down everything in their path and swallow it. Let's put it that way. They eat it. They totally hapless other men victims, and when they finally get to Dionysus, and they eat him too, but they consume him anyway. So anyway, but it's very much, it's not creepy. It's actually, you could have them be nuns, as far as I'm concerned.
They were
They're brides of Christ, eat him in communion. Anyway, but but it's like Maurice Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are.
Where the Wild Things Are. Remember that story? Okay.
When Max goes to visit the wild things, and he plays for a long time, and then he decides he has to go home, and the wild things say, "Oh no, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And it's just like when you see I don't want to say baby, it sounds really creepy, but a puppy or some scene that you really think is often and just beautiful beyond, you can almost not stand it. You say,
You quiver.
You quiver. You say, "Oh, I could swallow this whole scene," you know? So it's like that.
It's like that.
So they kind of like end up swallowing the Son of God and all of creation, and until there's nothing left. And it's like the sea of holes, and all that's left is in what Typhon says in this one part of this. He says, love me over all. Spirit in the spirit shape is all that's left." How's that?
So every shape is spirit, at spirit in spirit's shape.
That's all that's left after
That's
you
all.
swallow all of creation, and your fellow man, which means you end up, which is about love, all of creation, and loving your fellow man.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the rite of Jupiter. The easiest place to find all of the rites of Eleusis are in this book by Weiser, called Aleister Crowley, The Best of the Equinox, Dramatic Ritual. Okay, Typhon starts off.
Oh, and don't expect us to be perfect at this. We just decided to do this now, okay?
Oh, this will be a flawless performance.
Typhon says, I'm going to be Typhon, and all the maenads in Agave, and Lon's going to be
Atene.
He's going to be the Sphinx, and all the maenads, and Atene, which is he's going to have to do his Monty Python voices.
Right. Hi, I'm Atene.
Don't you dare.
I won't. But Agave and Atene were Dionysus' mother and aunt, and they both became Dionysian devotees and revelers, and even they joined in the ecstatic, wild chasing. Dionysus turns into a hart or a deer, and they chase him down and eat him up. They love him so. And that's all we have time for. It's all we have time for. I hope you weren't doing anything on Easter.
Okay, Typhon says, "Sisters," he's talking to the maenads in Ate. "Sisters, let us invoke the Father to manifest in the Son."
We could stop right there and say that's what this is about. Okay? That's what this invocation is about.
Well,
say it again, please, dear. I'm sorry.
It's a little more than that.
Yeah,
Sisters, let us invoke the Father to manifest in the Son.
Per spiritum sanctum. Amen. Evoe, evoe, ho, iake, iake.
And I'm going to read in my Typhonian voice three of the last paragraphs of his poem. Weave the human dance together with the life of rocks and trees, Let the blue delirious weather bind all spirits in one tether, overwhelming ecstasies. Io, Evoe, I faint, I fall, swoon in the purple light. The grape drowns my spirit in its thrall. Love me, over all. Spirit in the spirit shape. All is one, I murmur. Distant sounds the shout, Evoe, 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 Iake. Soft, insistent, like to echo's voice persistent. Hail, Agave, Atame. Now in your Agave voice, dear.
Now you're Agave, okay?
Evoe, ho, Iake, hail, oh hail. Praise him. What dreams are these?
Sisters, oh sisters,
Say, are brothers of the rocks awake?
the lion roars. Listen to the snake. Evoe, ho, give me to drink.
Run wild, mountain and mountain let us leap upon like tigers on their prey.
Crush the world.
Tread earth as 'twere a wine press.
Drink its blood, the sweet red wine.
I
Drink the old earth dry.
Squeeze the last drops out till the frame collapse like an old wineskin.
So the sooner sup among the stars.
The swift, swift stars.
Oh, night,
fall
deep and sure. Fall soft and sweet.
Moaning for love, the woods lie.
Sad the land lies thirsty for our kisses. All wild things yearn toward the kiss that ends in blood.
Blood, blood, bring wine. Ah, Bromius, Bromius.
Come, sweet God, come forth and lie with us. Us maidens, now and then and ever afterwards.
Chaste, chaste. Our madness hath no touch of bitterness, no taste of foulness in the morning mouth.
O mouth of ripe, red, sunny grapes, God, God, Evoe, dwell, abide.
I feel the wings of love, of mystery. They waft soft streams of night air to my heated breast and brow.
He comes, he comes.
Silence, O girls, and peace. The God's most holy presence asks the hymn, the solemn hymn, the hymn of agony, lest in the air of glory that surrounds the child of Semele, we lose the earth and corporal presence of the Zeus begot.
Yea, sisters, raise the chant of riot, lift your wine-sweet voices, move your wine-stained limbs in joyful invocation. Aye, we sing.
Hail, child of Semele, to her as unto thee be reverence, be deity, be immortality. Shame the treachery of the spouse of the Olympian house, Hera, thy grim device against the sweet carouse. Lo, in red roar and flame did Zeus descend. What claim to feel the immortal fire had then the Theban dame? Caught in that fiery wave, her love and life she gave with one last kissing cry, the unborn child to save. And thou, O Zeus, the sire of Bromius, hunter dire, didst snatch the unborn babe from that Olympian fire. In thine own thigh, most holy, that offspring melancholy didst hide, didst feed on light ambrosia and moly. Aye, and with serpent hair and limbs divinely fair didst thou, Dionysus, leap forth to the nectar air. Aye, thus the dreams of fate we dare commemorate, twining in lovesome curls the spoil of mate and mate. O Dionysus, hear, be close, be quick, be near, whispering enchanted words in every curving ear. O Dionysus, start as the Apollonian dart, bury thy horned head in every bleeding heart.
He's here, he's here. Tigers appear.
To the clap of my hand and the wish of my wand obey.
I have found a chariot crowned with ivy and vine, and the laurel divine, and the clustering smell of sage, asphodel, and the daedal flower of the Cretan bower, dittany's force, and larkspur's love, and blossoms of gorse around and above.
The tiger and panther are here at my cry. Ho, girls, span there their sides.
Here am I, and I. We are ready. Strong.
Strong now and steady.
The tiger is harnessed. The nightingale urges our toil from her far nest. Aeonian surges roar back to our chant. Ah, for the taunt of the Theban sages is lost, lost, lost. The wine that enrages our life is enforced. We dare them and daunt.
The spirits that haunt the rocks and the river, the moors and the woods, the fields and the floods are with us forever.
Are of us forever. Evoe, evoe. Agave, he cometh.
Cry ho, Atene.
Ho, ho, evoe, ho, iake, evoe, evoe.
The white air hummeth with force of the spirit. We are heirs, we inherit. Our joys are as theirs. Weave with your prayers the joy of a kiss. Oh, for the bliss of the cup and the rod. He cometh, O lover, O friend, and O God. Cover us, cover our faces, and hover above us, within us. Daintily shod, daintily robed, his witchery spinneth a web of desire. Subtle as fire he cometh among us. The whole sky globed is on fire with delight, delight that hath stung us the passion of night. Night be our mistress. That tress and this tress weave with thy wind into curls deep vined. Passionate bliss, rapture on rapture. Our hymns recapture the Bromian kiss. Blessed our souls, blessed this even. We reach to the goals of the starriest heaven. Daphnis and Atthis and Chrysis and Chloe mingle, O maidens. Evoe, evoe.
Dionysus appears. I bring ye wine from above, from the vats of the storied sun. For every one of ye love and life for every one. Ye shall dance on hill and level, ye shall sing in hollow and height. In the festal mystical revel, the rapturous bacchanal rite. The rocks and the trees are yours, and the waters under the hill. By the might of that which endures the holy heaven of will, I kindle a flame like a torrent to rush from star to star. Your hair as a comet's horrent, ye shall see things as they are. I lift the mask of matter. I open the heart of man, for I am of force to shatter the cast that hideth Pan. Your loves shall lap up slaughter, and dabbled with roses of blood, each desperate darling daughter shall swim in the fervid flood. I bring ye laughter and tears, the kisses that foam and bleed, the joys of 1,000,000 years, the flowers that bear no seed. My life is bitter and sterile, its flames a wandering star. Ye shall pass in pleasure and peril across the mystical bar that is set for wrath and weeping against the children of earth. But ye, in singing and sleeping, shall pass in measure and mirth. I lift my wand and wave you through hill to hill of delight. My rosy rivers lave you in innermost lustral light. I lead you, Lord of the maze, in the darkness free of the sun. In spite of the spite that is days, we are wed, we are wild, we are one. And that's where we'll end our Easter invocation. I'd like to remind us of one little clip of Agave's speech, which sort of is the key to all ecstatic magic. Weave with your prayers the joy of a kiss. Happy Easter.
Go swallow everything whole.
Go ahead and swallow everything whole. And weave with your prayers the joy of a kiss. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law.
Love is the law, love under will.